In the small, picturesque town of Amityville, nestled on the southern shore of Long Island, New York, a sinister tale of horror and hauntings unfolded that would send shivers down the spines of those who dared to investigate. The story of the Amityville Horror began with the tragic events surrounding the DeFeo family and continued with the chilling experiences of the Lutz family. This narrative will delve into the extensive details of both families, their encounters with the supernatural, and the unexplainable terror that gripped their lives. Part 1. The DeFeo Family and the House of Death. The story of the Amityville Horror commences with the DeFeo family, who lived at 112 Ocean Avenue, a beautiful Dutch colonial-style house that would become infamous as the House of Death. Ronald DeFeo Sr., known as Big Ronnie, and his wife, Louise, moved into this house in 1965 with their 5 children: Ronald Jr., Dawn, Allison, Mark, and John. On the surface, the DeFeo family appeared to be like any other, but beneath the facade of normalcy lurked deep-seated dysfunction and discord. Ronald DeFeo Jr., the eldest son, was particularly troubled. He had a history of emotional problems and drug abuse, which exacerbated the already strained relationships within the household. The tension escalated, and on the fateful night of November 13, 1974, the horror began. In the pre-dawn hours, Ronald DeFeo Jr. methodically executed his entire family with a .35 caliber Marlin rifle as they slept. He later claimed that he was driven to commit these heinous acts by malevolent voices he heard in the house, which compelled him to carry out the gruesome murders. The victims were discovered lying lifeless in their beds, with no signs of struggle or resistance. The brutal murders shocked the tight-knit Amityville community and sent shockwaves through the nation. Ronald Jr. was arrested, tried, and convicted of 6 counts of second-degree murder. He is currently serving 6 consecutive life sentences in prison. The DeFeo house, however, would soon become the epicenter of a new wave of horror, one that would haunt the subsequent occupants and baffle paranormal investigators for decades. Part 2. The Lutz family and the supernatural onslaught. In December 1975, just over a year after the DeFeo murders, George and Kathy Lutz, along with their 3 children, moved into the infamous house at 112 Ocean Avenue. The Lutz family, unaware of the grisly history of their new home, purchased the property at a remarkably reduced price, seemingly a fortunate stroke of luck. The Lutz family consisted of George Lutz, a land surveyor, and his wife, Kathy, a homemaker. They had 3 children together: Daniel, Christopher, and Missy. Initially, their life in the Amityville house seemed idyllic, but it didn't take long for strange and terrifying occurrences to disrupt their newfound happiness. Part 3. The Unsettling Beginning. The first signs of something amiss came on the very first night the Lutz family spent in their new home. George Lutz woke up at 3:15 a.m., the same time when the DeFeo murders had occurred, and felt an inexplicable chill in the room. As days turned into weeks, the haunting phenomena escalated. Part 4. The Malevolent Presence. One of the most terrifying aspects of the Amityville Horror was the relentless malevolent presence that tormented the Lutz family. Doors would slam shut on their own, even locking them inside rooms. Strange odors of rotting flesh permeated the house. Mysterious black, oozing substances appeared on the walls. The family heard disembodied voices and unsettling whispers, often taunting and threatening them. Part 5. The Iconic Red Room. Perhaps the most chilling discovery the Lutz family made was the presence of a hidden room painted entirely in red. This red room was not visible from the outside, but seemed to emanate a sinister energy. George Lutz described the room as a focal point of evil in the house, and it was where most of the paranormal activity seemed to originate. Part 6. Physical and Psychological Torment. The Lutz family experienced physical and psychological torment. Kathy Lutz levitated off her bed, George Lutz woke up to find himself covered in swarms of flies, despite it being the dead of winter, and the children were frequently visited by menacing apparitions. Their once happy family life deteriorated rapidly as the supernatural onslaught intensified. Part 7. The Investigative Team. Desperate for answers and help, the Lutz family reached out to parapsychologists Ed and Lorraine Warren, known for their involvement in high-profile paranormal cases. The Warrens conducted a series of investigations, and Lorraine Warren, a renowned psychic, sensed an overwhelming malevolence in the house. Part 8. The Hauntings End. After only 28 days, the Lutz family could endure no more and fled the Amityville house, leaving behind most of their possessions. The terrifying experiences they endured were chronicled in Jay Anson's best-selling book, The Amityville Horror, which would go on to inspire a series of films and cement the story in popular culture. Part 9. The Controversy. Surrounding the Amityville Horror. While the Amityville horror story has captivated the public's imagination for decades, it has also been a subject of controversy. Skeptics argue that the Lutz family fabricated the supernatural events to profit from their ordeal, pointing to inconsistencies in their accounts and the fact that they left many of their possessions behind. Others suggest that the paranormal activity may have been exaggerated or fueled by the trauma of living in a house with a gruesome history. Part 10. The Legacy of the Amityville Horror. Whether one believes in the supernatural events that transpired in the Amityville house or not, the story has left an indelible mark on popular culture. The iconic house on Ocean Avenue has changed hands multiple times, with subsequent owners reporting varying degrees of paranormal activity. In 2010, the house was listed for sale with the claim that it had been exorcised and was no longer haunted. The Amityville Horror serves as a reminder of the enduring fascination with the unknown and our primal fear of malevolent forces lurking in the darkness. Regardless of the veracity of the events, the tale of the DeFeo and Lutz families' experiences in that foreboding house continues to chill the hearts of those who dare to explore the mysteries of the supernatural. In conclusion, the Amityville Horror is a haunting story of two families, the DeFeos and the Lutzes, whose lives were irrevocably changed by the malevolent forces they encountered in the infamous house at 112 Ocean Avenue. Whether one believes in the supernatural or not, the enduring terror and controversy surrounding this tale continue to make it one of the most infamous and unsettling stories in the annals of the paranormal.
Thank you for joining us on another chilling journey through the darkest corners of human history. If you've enjoyed exploring these chilling case files with us, don't forget to hit that subscribe button and ring the bell to stay updated on our latest tales of intrigue and terror. And remember, the truth is often stranger than fiction, and the world is full of mysteries waiting to be unraveled. So, until next time, stay curious, stay cautious, and never stop seeking the truth. This is Chilling Case Files. Goodbye.